seen.
That you said come on to the podcast and discuss their beef because we were going over we was doing homework this weekend and fucking Joe fucking Budden. That shit was hilarious.
So Ish, who has taken it upon himself to bring my name up over and over and over, even though he's basically like an anonymous Joe Budden co-host. I listened to like 15 fucking full episodes that he's on, and I still don't know anything about him. And I did a whole podcast with him, still don't know anything about him. But I saw a clip last night. Ish is wearing a pink hoodie, looking like an Easter egg, and he gets so mad. I encourage everybody to go and seek this clip out because it's pretty astounding to realize that none of the hosts on the Joe Budden podcast seem to have any respect for him, and Joe Budden certainly doesn't seem to have any respect for him. But he is going off, and it seems like the issue is basically that Joe Budden at a certain point, Ish had an ex-girlfriend of however many years. I'm sure I'm messing up some details of the story, but he was with a bitch for 9 years.
9 years. And
then Joe Budden at a certain point ended up entertaining her. She ended up over his house for drinks or whatever. I'm not sure exactly how this plays out, but they probably leave the club or the hookah lounge or some shit. They end up going back to Joe Budden's house because he's the only one in the friend group who got a crib. And so they go back there, and for whatever reason, we didn't really find out from the clip that I saw, like a 10-minute clip, like Joe, like Ish's ex is kicking it at Joe's house, and you see it mid-podcast where he has a lot of real pent-up anger towards Joe about the fact that Joe even had his ex-girl in the same spot as him. And his fury is unleashed on the microphone. And the extent to which nobody in the room seems to take it serious that he's so upset and that Joe is just basically clowning him the whole time. Like, I don't know. Like, this is the dude Ish who's trying to start a war with me, who's trying to like smear my name and say this, that, and the other thing, calling me a piece of shit and everything. It brought me so much joy realizing that nobody in that room has any respect for him and did not give a fuck about him raising his voice, and they're all basically laughing at him. Like, if you guys are going to be just trying to start beefs and stuff and trying to call out goated podcasters like Adam 22, you're going to need a little bit of team camaraderie. You're going to have to stick together because you can't just give me such an easy, obvious piece of content that makes you look like a bozo. Ish, if that is your real name. So I don't know.
So is he bozo-ish or is he a bozo?
Oh, he's full bozo. Yeah, 100%.
No, I'm saying bozo-ish. Like, you know, somebody could be bozo-ish. Like, yes, he's like kind of clownish.
Yeah.
If you in the room and somebody is treating like that, that evidently shows you're not an alpha at all.
I think Joe did not pipe her. He probably had the option on the table that he could have smashed his old girl.
Joe go?
Joe was
Don't Joe go. He probably didn't want to go.
He got options. Joe, he probably didn't want to dig in there.
Joe said he didn't entertain her like that because he said he could have popped this chick if he wanted to pop his chick. He was trying to be like modest at first because he was like, Ish was on there bragging about him not giving a fuck about the bitch. If he break up with the bitch, anybody can have her. Da, 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 da. He like, that's crazy you say that because you was tripping about your ex bitch being at my house or something.
The best part is that mid-rant, when Ish is like fully in his emotional bag, he's just super fucking upset, Joe says, why are you not thanking me for not fucking her?
Your bitch. Yeah.
Which is like, that really put things into perspective of who has control over this scenario.
But Ish wasn't tripping though. I felt Ish too though. I can't just agree with you all the way out.
No, I mean, his point is not necessarily unreasonable. It's just that he looked like such a dunce when he was going through it.
Nigga, the only reason I said something about it is because you said it on the podcast that you would never entertain one of our chicks. They said, I don't care what the fuck y'all did that night. I'm not tripping off of how she got there, what y'all did that night. But you're saying that you'll never fuck with the homie chick. And I guess that came up again. And he's like, that's obviously a lie. Like, you had my bitch from 9 years at your house, but you swear that you won't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just calling the spade a spade at this point. You get what I'm saying? And that's why he said he was moving the goalpost, whatever.
Right, the goalpost.
Yeah.
Well, because, all right, that is some greasy ass shit from Joe Budden right there, because I'm going to be real. If Care ends up on the market, she's not coming over my house. Why the fuck would she ever come over my house? Now, I'm running a different kind of program where I'm not having people come over my house to party and stuff. But like, let's say that Lena was like some super social girl where she got 10 best girlfriends and one of them happens to be friends with your girl and they've been broken up for a while. Like, I'm going to be aware of the awkwardness of that situation. I'm probably going to try to get way ahead of it if it was something that like had to happen just because she's like homegirl of the homegirl.
She can even get there.
But for the most part, like I don't want to have anything to do with that.
I don't want to have anything to do with anything that's my homies.
If you end up in that situation, and they never said if they were mano. They never said that. They never said were they one-on-one or was it a group of people?
I don't think it was one-on-one.
Never got to that.
Because why the fuck would Joe ever be having a random bitch come over his house if he's not trying to pipe? Oh, well, I got a booger? Oh, man.
Some niggas is sleazeballs, bro. I know niggas that are guaranteed sleazeball. In their mind, they want your bitch on their belt. You know, they want that name on the list. And it's sleazeballs, but those be the ones that when you confront them, they damn near on some like, you know what I mean? So it's like you don't want to be with sleazeballs.
Definitely knew what she was doing. And it's like when you got notoriety, Joe, it's not cool to go fuck your homie's bitch because you can fuck any bitch. It's not cool to just even let her pull up. No matter how she got there, like, it's like, all right, if she with only if she with the bitch that you fucking on and you been fucking on her for years and they been friends.
That's what I'm saying.
And they been friends. Like, nigga, you know how she got here. You know I've been fucking her. And you know that they're not splitting up after the club. So the bitch was on the couch. Yeah, she had a couple drinks.
But how they was talking about it wasn't like it was a party and he made it seem like she wanted to fuck and I just didn't
Joe
want
had to keep telling himself no all night. He probably just wanted to kick it with a bitch that night. You know how some nights when you were single where you'd just be like, fuck it, I just need a bitch around. I don't even want to fuck.
But
I just lay up with the bitch and watch TV and shit. Like,
if I'm Ish, I'm equally mad at him laying up with her and watching TV as if he puts dick in her.
No,
they're
for
equally
sure.
intimate.
No, for sure.
My girl would way rather fuck a bitch in front of her than go
like,
watch TV with her.
Like Cream used to have a house, bro. You know what I mean? Yo, ex-bitch could end up there because that's where all of the bitches go.
But no, we're talking about this day and age, though. You got to think. They passed. We was 22, 23 when this shit was going on. We was 25 and shit. We was still partying when you talk about
that
down
age,
there.
You drive your own car. Right? They got Uber. You got a driver. She didn't drag you here.
But think about they in Jersey too.
You get what
There's not as many places to go.
Oh,
you might have to go to the house.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't actually
take
know
your
what
ass home.
Partying in Jersey.
That's what I'm like. But see, she's not. You're still doing good. Nobody knows this bitch, so she's definitely trying to get back at you because obviously, even in Ish's case, he has more of a social status than his bitch probably.
And
so the fact that
bitches
she
be
can
competitive.
spin off and she's from Jersey, not New York, you know what I'm saying? She can spin off and go to Joe Budden's house. You get what I'm saying? Like
your boss.
That's pimp as fuck.
Oh yeah, she trying to add that get out of jail free card.
Oh,